Hey guys, we're
Hey.
back. John's perusing the books, and I think we got Kyle back as well. Welcome back, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
So, can you hear us, Kyle?
Not so much.
You can't hear us so much?
No, I'm not back so much.
No, you're not back so
Oh, I
much.
was
Sorry.
going to say, we're not really
Sorry.
We're not saying
So-
anything that important, so he's not listening.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He's probably having dinner. Taco Pizza. If you missed the other shows, Taco Pizza has been highly recommended.
Yeah.
So I'm back with John. John's back after not being here last week. And all we get is, when's Amy coming back?
I know, right? Nobody. Where's
Kind of hurts
Amy?
my feelings. I cry a little bit on the inside.
No, I mean, I'm a lifetime of rejection. It's just another.
Oh, I don't care about you. I'm talking about
Oh,
me.
all right.
You know, it's a reflection on me as well. So, all right. So what do you think? What should we start with today? You had a plan in mind.
Do we have people in here yet? Who do we have?
Do we have
in here?
people?
Do we have people here
Are
yet?
people watching? Not sure. Has it ever made a difference?
Ronald's already bought like 3 things, and we haven't even started yet. They eat like pre-buying stuff like Ticketron now.
Well, Ron's got to hide from his wife, so you know he's got to be in like
It's not
secret.
hiding from your wife. It's.
Were you not here for the last show?
I was here, but it's like relationship.
There's Ron.
negotiation. Hey, Ron, what's going on, bud?
Church is on Monday, and she put her foot down, and more accurately, she put her knee up into a sensitive area.
Oh boy. I
Oh,
gotta tell you,
Ron, you're cracking me up, buddy. You are cracking me up, poor guy.
You know what? If it was a choice between my comics or dying alone, I would miss the dog. I really would.
Ron, you got to move faster. You know, you got a moving target. It's harder to hit. So,
Welcome to the Ken Hazer Appreciation Show. You've watched us for a while now. You know we love Ken.
Ken Hazer, who's he?
Ken, right? He is kind of like our in-house Remarked Rembrandt.
And
There's
this is one of my
nothing-
favorites, by the way. I'm just saying.
I know. There is
He hasn't
literally
flashed it yet.
nothing that this guy can't do. Different characters, different styles. So I figure rather than work our way up to it, we're just going to jump right
Jump right
with
in.
Ken Hazer. This is amazing.
Hey, Emmy Comics. Thanks
Hey.
for joining us, buddy.
This is Amazing Spider-Man #1, blank variant. This was written by Nick Spencer, art and cover by Ryan Otley. The remark and signature is Ken Hazer.
I'm loving this one.
This thing is just,
Look at that.
you know, Spider-Man and Electro. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I don't really know if it gets any more, you know, Spider-Man than this. I love that cover.
Well, I mean, you know, again, here we go. Ken Hazer Appreciation Show. I mean, the guy can do anything. You know,
He can do anything.
and it looks amazing. I mean, you got Electro and you got Spider-Man, you know, standing right next to each other. So
Signatures at the bottom. What are we how much is this $349 comic tonight?
So Amazing Spider-Man #1, blank variant with Run the Jewels sketched Spider-Man and Electro, signed and remarked obviously by our favorite artist Ken Hazer for sketch covers. So suggested retail is $89.99, and we have it for $75 tonight. And we have just the one. And in my notes it says $75 for big upcoming 75th issue. Who wants to bet Nick wrote that in my notes?
Nick Rich.
But we have a bunch of remark stuff tonight as well. So
We have a bunch of remark stuff. As always, we have a couple things I'm going to get out of the way so we don't have to drag the show later. We appreciate you guys letting us
they don't
into
let us
your
drag
home.
the show later. You
What?
know that. They don't let us drag the show.
I know,
later.
they
You know
don't.
that, right?
I just want to thank everyone for joining us. If you're having fun with what we're doing, I would ask that you please like, subscribe, share, friend, follow, hit the notification bell so you know when we're doing our thing. We do this to, kind of recultivate the comic buying community, help the local comic book shops where, most of these things, this is where this all starts, multi-billion-dollar industry, but it started with guys and girls creating comics in local comic book shops.
And it wasn't like a smooth kind of sailing. You had
No,
years
this
where Marvel was in big trouble.
Marvel, DC, these are people that have had their issues, the men and women who created these books that you found at your local comic book store on your spinner racks. That's a story in and of itself. There's some great stories on, I think it's Amazon Video. You could check Chris Claremont, Ann Nesenti, Louise Simonson. They kind of doing these, I don't know if biography is the right word, but they're kind of doing these documentaries about how these comics got created, how these things happened. And there's a new Stan Lee biography out. It's a constant struggle for this art form to get where it was, the last 125 years. So we're hoping that this sort of reignites some passion, gets art into the hands of the people who will really appreciate it. We do original art on Friday. We're doing remarks pretty much on Mondays and Wednesdays. We really like to kind of get those out there.
I think there's an important point to be made here is that all the movies that we see today, the vast majority of them are, whether it be the MCU or whatever, this is all the source material. And if you've noticed, new movies with original scripts have not been plentiful.
They've sort of reached a point in Hollywood, and maybe a little bit in television too, but they've reached a point in Hollywood now where between streaming services and mega studios and 9-figure franchises, it's really hard. If it's not something the audience recognizes and connects to, generally speaking, it doesn't do real well. It's hard to get over. Various celebrities have talked about this.
So let me be the guy that says that if we don't support comics at its earliest stage, its foundational point, we're going to run out of movies to watch.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, considering
sadly enough,
that I watched What If episode 2 3 times today, I'm kind of like a repeat offender. But you should absolutely do that. Disney Plus, What If, episode 2, one of the last voice appearance of Chadwick Boseman. Just great episode. They're, it's kind of like the Disney thing. Everything they do now, it's very hard. I know there's angry Star Wars fans that they don't like stuff, angry comics fans. Everything they're doing is entertaining to a large percentage of the viewership, and that's why they keep doing it.
Well, tonight we also have a remark by Mariano Nicieza, who snuck out the back. Look, he's walking. He's walking.
Literally, you guys will find this funny. Mariano is here in the office. I spoke with him 10 minutes ago, and we asked him if he wanted to join us, and his answer was unqualified no thanks. We are going to show this though, because this is Joe Del Beato, Mariano Nicieza. This is Deadpool number 1, written by Jerry Duggan. Mike Hawthorne did the interior artwork. I mean, there have been very few characters as popular as Deadpool in the last 10 years, maybe?
Yeah.
15 years, maybe?
Ryan Reynolds really.
Ryan Reynolds put this, Deadpool was a little bit of a cult hero. Now when I hear housewives talking about chimichangas in the supermarket,
he was. Talk about well cast. For that role, that really.
This was the bounce back for when they jammed him down my throat as Green Lantern.
Yeah, I know. Right?
In all fairness, Ryan Reynolds appeared to apologize for being Green Lantern.
But he was good in Green Lantern. I enjoyed. Yes, he was. Yes, no, it wasn't his fault. It was the script's fault.
I've probably been writing Green Lantern longer than you've been alive, son.
I don't think you're that much older than me, if older at all, my friend.
Field of Dreams. How much, we are having a lot of fun here, but how much what is our ask for Deadpool number 1?
Deadpool number 1, signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Beato. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have tonight for $50, and we have one.
Wow. I'll tell you right now, Deadpool remark signed, $50. This might be kind of the steal.
The steal of the night.
Yeah, this might be the steal of the night. This thing is just, it's not easy to find, and we've talked about this. We'll mention this periodically. It is getting more and more difficult to get signatures. If people are following on social media, New York Comic Con is kind of running into some difficulties with.
They canceled the car show.
Essentially what's happening is creators, and I understand, creators are making sort of a measured judgment about state of New York has certain COVID restrictions and guidelines, and they're not comfortable. Everybody has to make a decision for themselves what they're going to wear, what shot they're going to get, whatever. That's up to the individual. But I think one of the side effects as it relates to the show is that signatures are going to be harder to get. Finding those chase books are going to be harder because a lot of people a lot of people wait for big cons to hit chase books.
Right.
I've seen it before. We've all been down on the dealer's floor in Chicago and San Diego, Seattle, New York. It's like rollerball down there looking for chase books. And I think we're going to have less dealers. I think we're going to have less attendance because they're going to do social distancing and some of these other things. I think shows like this will be a better way for you to get the collectibles, the original art, the signatures that you want with much less hassle. Including, we've talked about our friends at CGC, and they've got a massive backup. Just yesterday, they issued a statement on social media saying the backup's not getting any better.
So we got
real quick. I wanted to come back. I'm here now, kind of.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention New York. It's the same size show. They have the same number of vendors, same number of Artist Alley spaces. It's just who's going to be filling them. But they got bigger. They got more room at Javits this year, so they could social distance.
But it's hard to say what's going to Thank you for that
But
information.
then they announced that they're going to require proof of vaccination, which is a thing that is going to cause problems for some people.
No, I appreciate the information. I didn't want to get into that because it bumps people out.
Yeah.
But
I just think it's going to be interesting to see who shows up and who doesn't. Is kind of what I was saying.
I think you're absolutely right.
Who shows up and who doesn't?
I think this is one of these deals where you should probably follow. If you're a single motivation con attendee, I'm there to meet this creator, I'm there to see this panel, I'm there to go hunt for this chase book. I think it really behooves you to be extra diligent, do your research, and see. If I'm going to see a certain creator, make sure they're still going to go.
Well, here's the thing, and now that we're bumming people out, but to even think of a logistical matter, like how long is it going to take you to get into the Javits Center if everybody's got to prove that they've been vaccinated?
This will be
it's like when they introduced in Disney World the whole security bag check. All of a sudden getting into the park took a lot longer than it used to.
This will be the first time in my entire life that I have not been to any con in what will be 2 calendar years.
And that's why he's here every week.
I know. The last con I went to was in 2019. 2020 was a wash. And 2021, every time it sort of looks like it, and then no.
See? That's why John's here every week, because he doesn't have anybody to talk comics with, because his wife doesn't want to hear it.
Something that's interesting that I'm hearing. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Because my little bar is not going up and down like it used to. Anyhow, is that they're looking into some different ways that you can provide that so that it'll be faster.
Right.
Apps like, I don't know if you guys travel, but like some of the TSA apps that they have, like Clear and some of those, maybe working with them to have your badge and your vaccination card and all that kind of stuff in one place, that they just scan it and boom, you're good to go.
It's just, it's an unknown.
I just got an Apple thing. I just got an Apple Wallet ID thing where they're kind of trying to sort of everything can be in your Apple Wallet and make it easier for the people at the con. Right. You know what I mean? My wife just recently traveled, and when she got to the resort, everything was there. It was very easy. It was just barcode, scan.
Right. She
had her mask on. She gets to the suite, and everything's fine. But I don't. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. I don't know if these are the years, these are the cons where you want to go and try to get chase books and signatures. I would know. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the best move.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's obviously a personal decision on everybody's part. Yeah. But the one thing that we know is things are not going to be the same.
I think the days of 10,000 people shoulder to shoulder for Hall H is just, I think that's not happening.
I think the one thing you can guarantee is that certain creators will opt out, so,
there are creators, and I'm certainly not naming names here. This is something that he has said for a very long time online. Kurt Busiek has had a variety of health issues, and he's one of my favorite creators, but he has had a variety of health issues, and he has said between the travel and his health issues and the pandemic situation, he's not super motivated to, jump into rooms with, 6,000 people. Right. Some are masked, some aren't, some are back. I get it.
Yeah, I get it too.
if you're there to meet Kurt Busiek, I would I would at him on Twitter or Facebook and say, Kurt, you going to be there? Because I'm getting ready to click yes for my badge. And I don't want to click yes for my badge if you're going to not be there.
Dave joined. Hey, Dave, what's
Hey, Dave.
going on? We did do 2 remarks, but we have not had the official remark alert yet.
We haven't had a remark alert yet.
We did have the official cheesesteak alert there, Dave. Okay, which I know you're always excited to hear about, and I know you love it when we ramble on about food for hours at a time. But you know what? Let's go back to the 2 remarks that we did do.
Yeah, let's try to do.
Let's do this properly.
Like a false
Remark alert. There we go.
There
we go. Thank you. We started with Ken Hazer. If you're new to the show, Ken Hazer's the man. If you're not new to the show, Ken Hazer is the man. This is Amazing Spider-Man #1, Ken Hazer remark. This book is this is one of Rex's preferred, favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite remark.
You could go favorite with me.
Although I got to
go favorite with me.
Hey, Rex, who types up the notes?
What's that, Kyle?
Who types up the notes?
Wait,
you send me?
You are having mic problems.
Yes,
today,
having
Kyle.
mic problems.
I've got you, but not real good.
I've got this new mic. Who types up the notes that you send me?
Well, depends. It's a collaborative effort.
Okay, because someone doesn't know how to spell jewels. They spell it like electrical jewels and not like run the jewels.
Yes, no, that's the way it was. We copied and
yeah, it's electro, so of course it's
yes,
jewels
that's what I was thinking. Yes, that somebody was making the play on words, if you will.
That is incorrect.
For anyone that was interested, this is
Kyle
$75.
Kyle needs more. Tonight at $75, we have one.
$75.
We love Ken Hazer. Kyle needs some more jewels for his microphone because it's not functioning correctly.
He does need more jewels, man. That's not coming in too clearly. The other remark that we discussed was Deadpool #1.
One of my favorite people, Mariano Nicieza,
who ran out of here,
bolted
like a scalded
like
dog.
the Flash.
Like the Flash, which we'll get to a little bit later. I believe this is $50.
This one is $50. Suggested retail of $89.99. Of course, we have the one. So what's Dave said? I know they showed the books, but without the alert, it's not official. You're right, Dave.
You're right, Dave.
You're absolutely right. Without the alert, it's not really a remark alert. So what do we want to do?
Oh, you know what? I always like to throw this out here for people watching the show. If there's something up here on the board that you want to see and we haven't gotten to it, sound off. Put it in the comments, and
Ron knows that. Dave knows that.
We're sort of Wilfredo knows that.
Wilfredo knows that.
We're sort of doing these in just I'm looking and I'm seeing what's jumping.
And we're not that bright. I mean, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, we're trying to get a little bit of everything. We're trying to do some remarks.
Yeah, but we're really not that bright, John.
Well,
should we do a graded book?
We're gonna do.
Wilfredo hasn't chimed in, so should we do something else? Hey, you know what? I know that. There he is, the unknown.
Hey, the unknown wants the Spider-Man remark.
All right. Unknown is claiming the Spider-Man remark. All right.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were saying he was claiming the one in my hand. I'm like, dude, I haven't even said anything yet.
Yeah, always let John talk first. Otherwise, he'll just keep talking anyway.
This is what we're talking about, the Spider-Man remark?
You can't see half the board because of the glare. All right. During a break, we'll try to, you know what? I'll just get up.
Try to sit around with the light a little bit.
Let me see if I can push down a little bit.
No, it's not.
It's the glare. It's the
outside.
So what you actually need are brighter lights in the office
yeah. You're right about that. So
maybe less glass walls.
Lights there. See what happens.
They're shutting off lights.
Yeah, right there.
All right, so now we're going to shut off lights.
No, that didn't work.
There we go.
That one worked. There you go.
That worked.
Now
I'll turn this one back on.
No.
More glare.
All
right, so we'll be in the dark. That's okay.
Actually, that's way better.
Yeah, that's
way better. You're right. Look at that. High tech, man. What's the one on the bottom right? Your bottom right or our bottom right? I warned you. No, we're not that bright, man.
Is he talking about the Amazing Spider-Man?
I think he might be. This might be the deluxe kit. Should we go to the deluxe kit now?
You know what? Let's go to the deluxe kit.
If you shut off the lights, John starts dancing.
Yikes.
I like that, Dave. Yeah. John.
This is the Dynamic Forces premium set.
Yes, this is a nice set. So
this is a nice set.
Let me get to that page.
This is Amazing Spider-Man #1, signed by John Romita Sr. I should keep this. And Remarked with a color
What's
Spider-Man
the rule, John?
sketch.
If we have only one,
I know we only have one.
it is a no John.
Give me a second here to
product.
try to get these things out.
All right.
Here
So
we are.
So I'll read it off, right? So we have the Amazing Spider-Man #1 signed by John Romita Sr. And remarked with
guys,
yes.
Can you answer a fan question real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
But we warned you, Amy, we're not that bright, but we'll do our best.
Emmy Comics is asking how to make a purchase, and I think you guys can do that real quick.
Actually, Kyle, if you wouldn't mind throwing up the submission form link.
Will do.
Basically, we have a submission form, Emmy Comics, and Ron answered. No, okay, I see.
So let's do this the right way. If you want to claim something, say it in the comments what you want to buy. Then there's a form you fill out that I will send a link in the comments in just a minute. Fill that out so we can get your billing information and get you out an invoice in a timely manner.
There we go. So did everybody hear that? Hopefully. But essentially, put it in the chat board, Emmy, that you claim something, and then there's a submission form that we need you to fill out with all relevant information, so we can bill you and know where to ship it and all that good stuff. All right. But any questions? Let us know. We're always here to answer it. And thank you, Amy and Ron.
That's why I'm here.
We should hire Ron.
Do you guys mind? Okay, I'm trying to sell some
Do I
comics.
Hey.
I'm trying to sell some
All right. So
comics.
we're
Fans first. Well, second.
wait. What?
Fans first. And like.
You're welcome, Emmy. As you can see, we've got this down. We've got this locked down tight, man. We're like a well-oiled machine over here. So what are we doing? Oh yeah. So Amazing Spider-Man #1.
This is a Dynamic Forces premium set,
Yes,
which
it
Nick
is.
painstakingly put together.
Yes, it did. I mean, it took a lot of time for me to put all three of those in a bag. So we have Amazing Spider-Man #1 signed by John Romita Sr. and remarked with a color Spider-Man sketch
By Ken Hazer.
by Ken Hazer. Thank you. Whom you may not know is one of my favorite artists.
I think they got the point.
Are you sure?
This thing is so.
I'm known for beating a dead horse, All right, so what else we got? Amazing Spider-Man #49.
Is, I believe.
Is it in there?
Yes,
We have to
it's
take it
in
out.
this. Do me a favor, take this out so I
I'll
get this
take
other one out.
No worries. I got it under control.
The Peach Momoko variant, Spider-Man.
So we have. Here we go. Spider-Man.
This is like a premium starter kit.
You want to hold this up there?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. All right, so we have Amazing Spider-Man #49, Peach Momoko variant. And then we also have 49 graded, right? But this is the Peach, no, this one is the Peach Momoko.
This is the Peach Momoko.
And then, yes, and this one is 9.6. So this is a suggested retail value of $850, and we have the set tonight at $600. So, it's a John Romita. And
I got to tell you, this is this Peach Momoko
It's nice.
covers. This is like a next level thing.
So we can leave, let's leave all three pieces out so we can go through it during the recap.
And we had $850 at, just to throw this up here again, slabbed at 9.6, CGC graded.
How many Ken Hazer Green Hornet remarks does John have at home? I don't know. Let's ask John.
All of them.
Dave, he has all of them. And we don't know how many that is.
They have
actually.
not seen the light of day. I bet if you go back there, you will not find one Ken Hazer Green Hornet remark.
You know what? I have not put any Green Hornet on for a while. I'll talk to the fellas, and we'll see if we can't dig some up. So
that premium kit, obviously that premium kit is not for every price point, but for every budget. But at this price
we only
point,
have one, so that's a good
we
thing.
only have one. No, it's kind of like my Ferris Bueller deal of the day. If you have the means, I highly recommend it. You're basically saving $250. You're getting John Romita's signature. You're getting a Ken Hazer remarked. You're getting a slabbed 9.6 chase book, and you're getting the Peach Momoko variant of that book. That stuff just isn't, hanging around. That you're
right.
As much as we recommend going to your LCS for your regular books, filling in back issues, they're not always going to have, slabbed books and remarks and stuff like that.
Do we have another Spider-Man remark up there?
Well, we did this one.
Yeah.
We did the other one. Do we have? I don't think we have a third
Oh,
one. Oh, we did.
This one's
Symbiote Spider-Man. We have Symbiote Spider-Man.
No. The Unknown was asking about the Remarked. So you're talking about this one. This one's part of the deluxe set. As I'm guessing, that's what the Unknown's question is. So this would include all three. This one, the other Spider-Man was already. Let's see.
Somebody bought that already, right?
Yeah, it was the Unknown. So we can't be talking about that one.
Amy, we need a sticker.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming.
This was easier for Amy when she was sitting in John's chair.
It was, wasn't it?
I agree. It was easier for me too because I was at the pool with a beer. This worked out ideally for everybody.
I can't do anything about the pool, but bring the beer.
Right. Good friends of mine brew beer here in Mount Laurel. That's very, very
good. Friends of you make coffee. Good friends of you, own bakeries, barbecue joints. And is it a surprise that good friends of his also brew beer? Didn't see that one coming, John.
Doesn't everybody brew beer? It's 2021. Like, everybody brews beer now.
I don't brew beer. Nobody wants me brewing
No,
beer.
the difference is
nothing good will happen there.
They just dropped a blonde ale that's spiked with Jersey blueberries, which are in season.
I'm going to call
sounds
you
like
out.
they brew good beer. I know a lot of people who brew beer, but you can't drink it. It's awful.
Well, let me say this. I'm calling you out, John. Because I'm going to say you're making all this up because I don't see any of the coffee. I don't see any of the sandwiches. Okay, I'd like to talk to Tony Luke.
I think Kyle might actually be a Dead Sled customer. A Dead Sled coffee customer.
I am.
He is. He admits it.
Yeah, I've bought some Dead Sled coffee in the past.
Well, I'm trying to score some free
Well, we're
coffee
trying to get
here.
some sent here, especially.
I'm trying to get some comps here, man.
Some Kiss coffee, some Elvira coffee.
That's what I got was the Kiss coffee.
Yeah.
Now the Freddy Krueger coffee apparently is
the Freddy Krueger coffee. Don't fall asleep is like triple caffeine. It is, it's a real shot. I'll tell you right now, that's a morning coffee. That's what I drink when I have to be up at 3:30 in the morning to watch something from Disney Plus.
Dave gave you a shout out, Amy. I'm sure you saw.
Thank you, Dave.
Amy says thank you.
Let's try to.
Well, I think we may have to go to break.
Do we have to go to break already?
I think we do. Kyle, do we have to go to break?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes? All right.
Let's show one more book and then we'll hit the break.
Sounds good.
Man of Steel #1, signed by Brian Michael Bendis, covered by Ivan Rice and Joe Prado. This is just.
Oh, we go. Okay, so Man of Steel #1, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. Suggested retail $49.99. Tonight we have it for $29.99. And we have one. So that I love that cover too.
I love that cover. That's
there
are covers that are just Superman covers, and clearly, these guys got it. I've been hammered in chat rooms for years because I think there are certain artists that just can't do Superman right. The cover style,
right.
Like their art is impeccable, but you have to, when you're doing Superman, it has to have a certain look, and I think that's the look where.
Man, you just like to offend creators.
No, I'm not offending any creators. I didn't name anyone.
Colorists once on when we were doing our show.
No, Walter Parade does a wonderful job on the book. I was just talking about a little bit earlier. Elvira the Omega Man.
Well, that's okay because they all text you anyway.
They do text me.
Like, John, what'd you say?
The best one was Taylor Esposito. He's like, why do you have comps before I do? And I said, ask Dave Avalon.
It's the DeLorean with the flux capacitor.
No, literally, it was the whole deal of Dave said on Twitter, he's like, you cheated. You literally just went down to the office and got one. I was like, yeah.
He cheats. Well, he's here twice a week now. So, all right, Kyle, I guess we got to go to break.
Kyle, we're going to break. We'll be back and hopefully a little bit more together in a few minutes.
We're never more together. I don't know what kind of pipe dream you've had there, John. We'll be right back.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
It's not going to happen.
Hey, and we're back.
We're going to start from the beginning again. No, we're not going to start from the beginning again. Real quick, because we sort of had to dip out for the break.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel number 1, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. You know, this is a guy who you can make the argument saved Marvel at one point. You know, when he was creating the Ultimate Comics, which the majority, I think, of the Marvel movies are based on.
Right.
You know, Marvel was having trouble, man. They talk about it at cons all the time. They were having trouble keeping the lights on, and Revlon or whoever was the owner at the time was disinterested.
Yeah, they weren't dumping any money. Yeah, they weren't dumping
so they let B&B do whatever he wanted, and he created the versions of Iron Man, the Avengers that you see now. There are some rumors that when Marvel does a proper Fantastic Four movie, not those Fox Studios car crashes that they're trying to bury, that it will be very similar to Ultimate Fantastic Four, circa 2001, 2011, we'll say.
Well, I mean, you think about that period when there were all those crappy movies coming out, and you know, for Marvel, when Stan Lee was trying to get it, you know, onto the screen.
It's been a long, strange journey.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? To the point. And at my age, I'm super happy when I see Marvel movies burying other movies at the box office, and people are like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yes," because you know how many terrible things I sat through to get to this point. You know.
This morning, Mr. Jim Starlin called and said he'd like to talk about what comics the MCU is based on. I think Dave is challenging you, John.
No, I think it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about the Infinity War, then it's very much a Jim Starlin thing.
Right.
I think if you're talking about Wakanda, I think if you're talking about some of the other versions of Iron Man, I think their DNA is much more firmly entrenched in the Ultimate Universe than the 616 universe. The movies pick and choose what works best.
Yeah, in the audience. I mean, obviously, but I mean, the fact that it's become what it's become is a far cry from what it was. You know, when you look at Black Widow, when you look at the movies coming out, even the Disney Plus TV series that are coming out.
Well, I think when we had a Jim Starlin book here, we actually said that. We talked about how, how many billions of dollars of box office is Jim Starlin responsible for? Right. And I'm not sure if we're going to get a version of Adam Warlock or him.
Right.
I think there's still a lot of out there. Right now, we're sort of getting these really cool animated series and TV series. We'll have to see where we go with the Eternals, which, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this knows it's a Jack Kirby thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where we go from there. I mean, I would very much like to see Marvel be about 50% cosmic movies. The Marvel universe as envisioned by Jim Starlin. I would very much like to see that.
So
I don't know where their heads are at with that.
So what should we hit next? Should we hit a vintage one?
Yeah, you know what? If we're going to start talking about Jim Starlin stuff like that,
let's
hit a vintage comic. We've got some cool Bronze Age stuff
with some very good grades.
With some very good grades. Now, these are presumed grades, obviously. These are some of the cleanest copies of these books I have ever seen, which is why I'm touching them so
What do we got?
delicately.
86. All right, so we have X-Men 86 and a value of 75. We have it tonight for 70 with a presumed grade of 7.5. And of course, like with all the vintage books, we have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what we get when we get it. So, but this one's a very clean copy. You want to show them the spine real quick?
No, you can show them the spine if you want to.
Oh man! But then I got to get up. The camera's way over there. You can do it, John. You can do it. Don't worry about it. You got it, John. Look at that. Hands of a surgeon.
Oh. Surgeon. I took a butchery course once. That's
Close enough.
That's about it.
It's close enough.
We've talked about this. We got some requests for Silver and Bronze Age stuff. We're trying to bring you the best quality Silver and Bronze Age stuff we can find.
Yeah.
These are great opportunities for you to fill those gaps in your collection, kind of rekindle the lost memories and stuff like that.
And not everything. I mean, lately we've had a lot of, from 5 to 8, presumed grades. But, sometimes we'll run across the ones that are weaker grades, but they're more affordable. And if you're just looking to fill your collection, we try to cover the
yeah. I mean, there
range,
are people.
I mean?
The grade is between 3 and 4. It's a reading copy. It's $10. It's
Right.
great to have. This next book, is also a Bronze Age book. This is probably my favorite Bronze Age cover, or maybe we'll call them the original X-Men cover. I love this
87.
cover. This is number 87. I have this in multiple grades just because I do not have one this nice, I'll tell you right now.
This one is a presumed grade of 7.0, and we have a one for $48 tonight.
Someone should buy this. Don't make me go home with this because nobody should have 8 copies of the same comic.
They should have 300 watches.
So I know what time it is, son.
Out of those 300 watches, 150 of them, you can't even tell the time.
About 150 of them need batteries too. Another 33 are in watch turners to keep
That's
them
like
going.
a couple $100 in batteries. Easy. So we have that one tonight at $48. And that's
$48.
X-Men number 87.
87 is the new costumes when they got individual costumes. And as a little kid, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, that they had Cyclops in particular. And I know Cyclops over the years has sort of gotten...
The Unknown would like to claim the 87.
Cool.
Yeah, Unknown, that's a great issue, man. I love that. They get these costumes. Professor X sort of gives it to them as like a graduation present of sort. They're no longer students. They're kind of full-fledged X-Men. Just a really kind of very time salient issue. Like, this is the Bronze Age. You open the book, you get to 3 or 4 pages. This is the Bronze Age. This is exactly what you're,
So you picked up a real nice copy.
Picked up a real nice copy. And again, some of these copies, these things, what did we say the grade is? About 7?
7.
We're presuming the grade is about 7.
We try to be as conservative as possible.
We try to be conservative. It could, in theory, be higher. We're comfortable saying it's a 7. I don't know if you find this book in this condition at this price. I'll say that with all these Bronze Age books we're doing. Super simple. Claim it. Kyle does his thing with the link. You fill out the form. Rex sends it to you. And, it's a very easy way for you to get books that are getting harder to find.
Right.
I was talking to a close friend who was like, I got like a 5-year plan. And I'm like, using this book as an example, X-Men 87 will be more expensive 5 years from now.
Right.
So your 5-year plan is essentially an anti-savings plan. Buy the book now or decide you're not going to pay for it.
So wait, he's not buying the book now and waiting 5 years?
No.
He's waiting 5 years?
No, he bought the book.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He was up at, where was he? I'm trying to remember. He was up at a comic book store in North Jersey, and he texted me, should I get it? Should I get it? Should I get it? And it was not at this quality. I don't mind saying it. The store, it was like a 5.5, and they were asking more than we're asking for this.
Right.
And I had said, having gotten your email earlier today, I said, well, I'll let you know right now, you can wait and get ours, or if you absolutely have to have it. And of course, he was there, He
drove all the way to North Jersey.
Well, he lives there, so I'm just reaching around grabbing random
Yeah, I
stuff.
noticed that. What do you got there, man?
What I grabbed
Throwing
here
me
was
off.
signed by Paul Tobin. I got to tell you, you should be following Paul Tobin on social media, particularly Twitter. He is just a blast follow. There's no two ways about it. He tries to interact with his fans as much as possible. Today he posted a photo of a young cosplayer who's the first time they'd seen Bandit, which is a book that him and I believe his wife do.
All right, so this might be one of the bargains of the day. So
this is Avengers Academy Giant Size #1. And for people who are wondering, this is one of these projects that have been kicked around in the future for Hulu. They did Runaways, Young Avengers, and Avengers Academy sort of get lumped into that whole signed by Paul Tobin.
So Avengers Academy Giant Size #1, signed by Paul Tobin, and it looks like it was limited to 100. And suggested retail of $49.99. Tonight we have one at $19.63 for the year. The Avengers first
this is a real steal. This really is. For under $20 to pick this up with Paul Tobin's signature, this is really, really nice.
And for those, I mean, like the Dave and the Unknown and Ron, they've been with us for a lot of shows. But for those that are new or just joining us, each one comes with a certificate of authenticity, and the Unknown has claimed it.
This is. I'll tell you what I recommend you do, the Unknown. If you're on Twitter at Paul Tobin, take a picture of this and add him with it. And he's one of the creators that kind of always looks kindly on that.
Hey Amy, can we get another sold out Post-it note?
Here's where I get blocked by Paul Tobin for recommending people add him. But he's a very.
Thank you, Amy.
Some creators are very some creators are busy. And then of course there's some creators that are Gail Simone that finds time to tweet 60, 70 times a day. Love her to death. And then there are other.
Paul Tobin will be on there, saying,
stop telling people to add me. I would completely understand that. You know what? We're looking at a window, and we're looking to where our publisher is, and he is really enjoying something that he's watching on a laptop. And by the smile on his face and the laughter, it is not this show.
That's good.
So I'm very curious as to
let's get crazy. He's not watching.
He is not watching. Seeing is how.
What are you jumping to now?
I'm jumping to
all over
Army of Darkness versus Hack/#1.
All right, let's see.
Everybody knows I love these things. This is a Tim Seeley deal.
What,
Daniel
Leister,
the black and white. We're doing a Dynamite book. Well,
You like Dynamite books?
Oh, you can't see it actually because of the camera. We are actually at Dynamite Comics, but this is just a great, great, great black and white variant. They don't have a ton of these. They really don't.
Well, you and I both like it, whether it's the black and whites, the blood red, the emerald green.
This is the ultra limited sort of, plus it's Ash. They did more Army of Darkness on Stars a while back. I think it's on Netflix now. It's hard not to like Bruce Campbell.
So Army of Darkness versus Hack/#1, high-end Daniel Leister. Did I pronounce that right?
That's Daniel Leister.
Black and white, ultra limited cover. Suggested retail of 100, and tonight we have it at 10. So this is our perfect 10 read.
I'll tell you right now, for $10, someone doesn't pick this up, I'll take it home. That is too impressive. I'll tell you right now. Black and white.
Looks like Kyle has an original Daniel Leister Black Widow piece. Nice.
So I'll tell you right now,
tonight, $10.
Perfect 10 read. This is nice. I mean, Army of Darkness.
We have 2.
We have 2?
Yep, we have 2.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that's.
Well, you gotta wait. If viewers buy the 2, then it's a no John territory.
With very few exceptions, will I enter the no buy zone, as it was named by Ronald. But I will.
Unknown claims one. All right. So now we have one.
We have one. Those are really nice. And honestly, seriously, someone else should pick this up because
don't let John take it home.
I mean, I can always drive 3 miles down here and knock on the door and pester Rex. Go find
more like 2.5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not even 3 miles. It really isn't. Plus this location is
drive to 2.5 miles.
This location is surrounded by friends of mine who own bakeries.
They do. Barbecue joints. I still haven't hit that barbecue joint. I haven't had any time. I definitely want to hit it.
I'll tell you right now, make sure he's open because, like a lot of businesses right now, their hours are somewhat erratic. They can only work. If you can only get 3 people to work in your restaurant, you can only be open so many hours.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But I got to tell you,
I've noticed that. Yeah.
My buddy Alex, Mom Pa's Tex-Mex Barbecue in Mount Laurel.
Where is it?
It's right on Marne Highway. It's in Rancocas. It's right on Marne Highway.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think I passed that a couple times. I didn't realize it was a barbecue.
It's in like a log cabin. Instead of a brick and mortar, it's a log.
Oh, I think I know exactly where it is. Okay, all right, okay. Cool.
Here we go. This is...
all right, what do you got? Hawkeye versus Deadpool.
This is Hawkeye versus Deadpool. This is Dynamic Forces exclusive, signed by Mike Mayhew. This is just nice.
I'm really having trouble finding anything on my sheet today. I'm really going to start drinking more.
Is that because your coffee smells like cough syrup? I don't want to cast any
aspersions. Oh, we found out tonight John is a coffee snob, by the way.
Well, you know what? Kyle has had Dead Slate coffee, so he knows exactly why.
So Hawkeye versus Deadpool number 1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover, signed by Mike Mayhew, all of which John just told you.
Are you not listening to me?
I'm listening to you. I'm just ignoring you. There's a difference. So suggested retail of $29.99 tonight. We have 2 for $19.91 for the year that Deadpool first appeared.
And I don't know if Kyle minds doing this, but you hear us referencing Dead Sled Coffee. They produce licensed coffees for characters that we have books for, which is why we're mentioning them. They have Kiss Coffee. When we just have Elvira. We just talked about this. They have an Elvira coffee. At some point, hopefully, there'll be a Vampirella coffee.
There are mornings where I could use that Freddy Cougar coffee.
There's a Robert Englund
Unknown
coffee.
Claims Hawkeye and Deadpool. All right, buddy. That is yours as well. And that means we have 1 left.
Kyle, if you get a chance, if you could just put a simple link up for Dead Sled Coffee, that would be great. If it's a problem, don't worry about it. But
it's not a problem when they, I don't know, send me some more.
I know, right? What you got to do is you got to find somebody with an in there, a little stroke.
I thought I knew somebody who had an in there.
You're obviously not sending enough emails to him.
I know, right?
Email him, Facebook message him repeatedly,
yes.
Especially late at night. He likes that.
Late at night, I'm watching Disney Plus. You kidding me? My wife is sobbing in bed because of her poor life choices. The dog is being fed whatever is left from dinner, and I'm watching Disney Plus.
Which means that the dog's eating better than I am. Okay, I mean, when I see you post those food things, man, you can cook, bro. You can cook, man.
I appreciate it. Oh, it's pretty much the only skill I have.
Let me say this: it looks really good. John's never actually brought me anything to eat, but it looks phenomenal.
Well,
okay.
I'll put it this way, and I used to like to toot my own horn. I don't do it anymore. There's multiple pictures of me on Instagram holding trophies and championship belts.
Who wants to see that next week?
Nobody wants to
Come
see
on,
that.
Yes, we do. Dave obviously wants to see you dance, and you refuse to do that.
Dave, if you want to see me dance, we're going to get you help, bud. That's not right.
What do you got there?
I have, and this is like the platinum deal of the day. Detective Comics 1000.
The pencil sketch?
Dynamic Forces exclusive pencil sketch variant by Dan Jurgens. This is about as ultra limited, rare, slabbed at 9.8. This is like one of these things that you can use as like Vatican bearer bonds in the international market. That's how valuable this thing is. I mean, I'm serious. Look at it.
Did you just say Vatican bearer bonds?
Bearer bonds, yeah. I would rather have this than
Isn't that what the guy from Beverly Hills Cop got killed for?
Yeah.
Can we come up with something to get less people?
I think they were Vatican bonds. I'm trying to think of the bonds that the guy got killed. Hans Gruber got killed in.
Those gold doubloons.
Die Hard.
Yes, that's right.
This is just.
So, all right.
You're not going to see too many of these in the wild. Well, I'll tell you right now, you probably won't see any in the wild.
In the wild. The wild that he speaks of. All right, so Detective Comics number 1000, Dynamic Forces exclusive pencil sketch variant, covered by Dan Jurgens. CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8. We have one available tonight. Suggested retail of $499.99.
I was going to say $49.99.
Hello. And we have this one tonight at $193.80 because
that's the year Batman.
Nope.
1938.
Nope. Somebody wrote here the year Superman first appeared in Action Number One.
That shouldn't be right. Who would do
that? Is incorrect.
That's incorrect. We should be doing the Batman year, but it's okay.
That's okay. I mean, everything runs so tight on our ship here.
This is just, man, I got to tell you, if you are a
cover
collector,
when it came out, just the
if you are a collector, this is sort of your, this is less than half price.
Well, I mean,
because the
normal cover. Who takes it?
Unknown.
All right, unknown. But I mean,
I kind of had a feeling the unknown was going to grab this because he's like a buyer of taste.
When the cover itself came out, with the years, the different years that Batman from the different years, that was amazing. But this pencil sketch is phenomenal.
This pencil sketch is probably, I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of these. You know what? We're going to leave this right here. This is the unknowns. I'm not sure what's going on here, but
you're just wrecking the joint.
No, I don't like the fact that it's a little wobbly.
It is a little wobbly. I don't know.
John's breaking everything.
Well, no. In the future, Nick will provide a magnetic wall, and there'll be little tags so the books will look like they're floating, like they do at Comic-Con in San Diego.
Wow, you've given this a lot of thought. Man.
I have. You go to the Alex Ross gallery, and this stuff floats. Now I know his skill is, supernatural level, but I looked around and I found out from, I think it was Sal Albinetti mentioned this on social media, that it's sort of like a magnetic thing. It's like got like a magnetic wall and they sort of are held in place, and it's super expensive. That's what they give you when you're Alex Ross. When you're not Alex Ross, you get this.
Yeah, you get this. Try not to bump into it. All right, so I think we got time to do one more. Buddy.
We have time to do one more before
the next break.
Probably a couple more.
A couple more. Cool. You know what? Let's do another slab book.
All right. Which one you got?
I got Spider-Gwen. This is the first printing. This is the Resurrection variant. Clayton Crane did this, and this is sort of Clayton Crane is one of these guys that flies under the radar a little bit, but holy cow! This is graded at a 9.8.
So we have one, so you are guaranteed to get the 9.8.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get the 9.8. We have one of these, and this I remember.
Take it out of the plastic, John.
Okay. Well, you know what?
John's doing that.
I don't know if the unknown wants me touching his book.
You're not. It's slab. The slab ones were safe.
Something really cool that Clayton Crane does, if you ever get a sketch from him, is he puts his fingerprint or his thumbprint on his signature, so it's authentic to him.
Wow, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing that he does. And so I have a piece from him where he worked the thumbprint into the art, like it's scales.
Oh, that's cool.
That's very
so he's and I don't have my camera on, but he's like hitting his thumb on an ink pad and then like pounding the paper with his thumb, and it's like
next really show cool when you have the camera on, show us.
We're gonna have to insist that Fabiano Nicieza does that. Is he still here?
No, we just remember he took off.
We got here's
more pizza we're not going to get to eat tonight. Hey, how you doing? Give me the pizza. You can give him the bill.
We could tell people how much this Spider-Gwen was. Because I'll tell you, it's $50.
Wait, what's up? Here we go.
We never told people how much the Spider-Gwen was.
I know.
You guys got distracted by pizza, so it's $50.
If that fell on its face, I would be laughing to death.
No, you wouldn't. It's $50.
So Spider-Gwen is $50. Thank you, Kyle. Just a retail of 88 tonight. We have the one and guaranteed CGC grade 9.8.
Clayton Crane reminds me a little bit of what's his name? Robert Brereton? I might have that wrong. Daniel Brereton? He kind of had a similar style to this in the 80s, a little bit in the 90s. I don't know if he's still in the industry or not, but Clayton Crane, very stylish.
Yeah, unknown is which one signed. The CGC Spider-Gwen is not signed.
Oh, it is not signed.
Just so you know. So I don't think we have any signed CGC graded books tonight.
I don't think they've been signed.
They're all blue.
Not tonight, anyway.
All labels are blue. So it is the Spider-Gwen is not signed, but I think we did have that issue of Spider-Gwen signed at one point, maybe.
We might. You know
If
what?
If not,
Why
I will look for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let Rex kind of maybe shoot Rex an email.
Yeah, rex.wang@dynamite.com.
And this is
you guys are always welcome to shoot me an email if there with any requests. Put in the chat. Let us know what it is you want, and if we can find it or we have it, we'll definitely.
Yeah, I was just going to say that if there's something you don't see, hit Rex up. I mean, we can't guarantee we have everything,
right?
But we can at least check into it.
I mean, we'll try.
We'll try, sure.
Like with everything else, we try to be entertaining. So we'll do our best.
I don't know how well we're doing, but
hey, we're trying. That's the point.
We have time for one more book before break.
Yes. Well, yeah, we can get into. Yeah, go ahead.
This is cool. I have my eye on this right away. I'm a huge fan of Joe Straczynski. Cover is Marco
Remark alert,
and it's been remarked. This is a little bit of this is part 3 or 4 of One More Day. This is a little bit of an odd duck. This has a cover, but it's also been remarked.
So this one is Sensational Spider-Man number 41, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have the one for $41 for number 41.
Number 41. I have to tell you, we've done some blank remarks. This is really nice. I mean, Marco is one of these guys that, he has like a hardcore fan base. And then Ken hopped in and decided to do, Pete's Betty and Veronica dilemma.
And remarked and signed by Ken Hazer.
It's remarked and signed by Ken Hazer. This thing, $41. This is like a nice little.
That's regular cover stock. That's regular cover stock. That's not blank cover stock. Which is a different type of paper.
You're exactly right.
So that's so much harder to get clean.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not meant to take ink like a regular blank cover is.
Well, we've talked about this before. What Ken manages to do with inks, particularly metallic inks,
oh my gosh,
it's crazy. That kind of skill, I can't imagine being that skill. That's just...
I mean, and the fact that they're not smeared, they're so.
Oh yeah, I mean they're pristine. They're so.
Trying to sign your name in one of those metallic paint pens is a challenge. Let alone sketching anything.
I can't imagine.
So, but tonight we have it for $41, and I think we're getting close to the break.
I think. Do we have time for another book?
We got just about a minute before the next break. So
intro we'll come back with.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw something out here, and we're going to come back with it too. But this will give you a chance to kind of give it a little. This is Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis number 1, James Tynion the Fourth. This is pretty much the axis on which DC is spinning right now. Gone to the dark side, very much, parallel worlds, different versions of characters. This is just a really, really, really nice cover, signed by the creator.
And we have the one suggested retail of $49.99 tonight. We have it for $29.99.
That's nice.
Yeah.
These are books where people are sort of, Lee Weeks really, Lee Weeks is talented. He's been doing this for 30 plus years. Lee Weeks is
So we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. We'll talk about it a little bit after the break.
We'll be right back here on The Experience.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Are we back? We are back. I'm back by myself, actually.
Yeah, we're back by yourself, and John is texting.
I am texting.
Because Rex apparently went to go steal some pizzas.
I was texting Rex to get back in here so we can move these books out.
Sorry.
No. We're going to get back to Tales from the Dark Multiverse. DC, it's been said that if DC has a signature storytelling separation from Marvel, it's these mega crossovers. I mean, most people consider Crisis on Infinite Earths the best. Other people will have different versions, but it seems like DC is a universe. DC is a company, an imprint, a universe lurching from one catastrophe to another. It's what people like. You know what I mean? This Flash going back in time. It's power rings of every color. It's the dead rising from the grave. It's invasions from the future. It's OMAC. It's been a million different things. And this is the Dark Multiverse. Characters that you've only seen, heard, really twisted versions of things maybe you've seen in Elseworlds. This is blazing hot. This is signed by the creator, signed by the writer. You sort of have this thing here where they decided, storytelling-wise, DC spins on its trinity. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. They kind of take that right out of the box, and that's shown very much on this cover.
And we have it tonight at $29.99, and we have the one. So anybody wants to jump on that, it is available. So
we'll stick with DC a little bit.
All right.
And we have, this is from the DF Vault, actually. This is signed by Jeff Johns. This is Teen Titan 20. One of my favorite artists who, unfortunately, I don't know if he gets as much spotlight as he should, Tom Grummett.
Another great cover. So we have Teen Titans number 20, signed by Jeff Johns from the DF Vault. Suggested retail of $50, and we have one tonight at $39.99.
There are quite a few books tonight that are sort of, a good way to put this, they're vault finds. They're things that I don't know if you're going to see them as regularly as maybe some of the other stuff. You can rely on the fact that we'll generally try to have slab books. We'll generally try to have remarks. We find Silver and Bronze Age stuff as it's available to us. Something like this from the Vault, Jeff Johns' signature. Let's be honest, Jeff Johns is, assistant publisher, chief cook and bottle washer at DC, creative engineer, whatever he is. I don't know how many cons he's going to do. I don't know how much signing he's going to do. He works on a variety of TV and movie projects. His signature is getting harder to get.
Well, we've talked about this. We don't know who's going to show up at cons.
No, we have no idea.
Certainly, it's going to be an interesting year. And Jeff Johns with other responsibilities, even without what's happening in the world, who knows how many he was going to show up to. So, and that's part of it. If we can bring signed books to you that due to the interesting nature of the last 18 months, whatever you want to call it, that's disrupted everybody's normal kind of thing. As you say, you haven't been to a con since 2019.
This is the first time I think I started going to cons regularly into the 80s, early 90s, and I've been to at least one con a year, every year since then, somewhere. This is the first time I can clearly remember 2 years back to back, no cons. I have no plans to go to a con this year. We'll see what 2022 holds. So I'm hoping that 2022 I can sort of do the
con circuit again.
I'd like to get to New York. I'd like to get to Chicago. I'd like to get to San Diego.
Do you want to do a vintage one or a remark?
We're doing this remark because
doing a remark.
We don't have a whatchamacallit on this though. We don't have. Hopefully you have the information. This is what Steve Orlando.
What is it?
This is, I made the comment the other day, I'm not sure if this is why this pulled. I made the comment the other day that we never see any Green Lantern on this show.
It's the Green Lantern.
This is Justice League of America, #1. Signature and remark by, I think that's Steve Orlando? Do you have that on your sheet?
Yes, I do. Here we go. All right, so Justice League of America #1, blank variant, ultra limited edition, signed by Steve Orlando and remarked with a Green Lantern sketch by Ken Hazer. So suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have the one for $50 for 5 stars.
Yeah, this is very much a.
So that is a definite remark alert.
There's not much Ken Hazer can't do.
That's amazing.
Here is, my favorite DC character, Green Lantern.
You and the color green.
I don't know where that started from. I really don't. People ask me all the time, and I don't, I really don't know. It seemed to be the things. I remember I read some of the Alan Scott Green Lantern, and for some reason, I don't know if it was his costume or whatever, it didn't connect. And in an old book, and the first time I saw Hal Jordan, I think it was a Gil Kane cover, that was a done deal. Gil Kane sort of had this way of, I don't know if he asked the colorist to do it, but the boots were, I guess in some of Gil Kane's covers, the boots are supposed to be white, but they're green. And I was sold on the cover. I was like, great. This is, I would love to see Ken do a remark series of different, like Green Lantern, but different power rings. You know how he did he did these different versions of Thor's hammer. Each one looked just a little bit different. And every artist has his or her take on a power ring. Some people think it's a band. Other people think it's, a gem. I've seen Alan Scott's actually looks like a tiny little, lantern, which I guess is a nod to Mort Weisinger, who created Green Lantern when he used to see the trainmen wave the colored lanterns in the subway in New York. I would love to see Ken sort of do, different takes on, the different aspects of the ring, different colors. 5-star, $50. This is for people out there that are like, I really want to get into collecting. I want to get something cool. I want to get something unique. How many of these do we have?
One.
One.
Usually with the remarks, we have one.
Yeah, well, that's my point. I mean, if you're looking for something original, something signed.
And each one is unique. I mean, so no matter what, it's always one of one.
Yeah.
When you get right down to it, it's, especially with the Ken Hazer remarks. So, should we go to a bronze one?
Yeah, let's go to, I was just looking at this very carefully.
Which one?
This is a great character. I don't know I remember this character freaking me out when I was a little kid. And I don't know if they ever revisited this character. His name was the Subhuman.
Is that 89?
Yeah.
So X-Men number 89. And with a value of $80, we have the one for $75 with a presumed grade of 8.0.
Yeah,
so this is a really, really nice
This
copy.
is a really, really clean copy of this book.
Show him the spine.
I don't know what
making you do it.
I don't know what became of the Subhuman, but you can see the spine here is.
So why did it freak you out?
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was his red eyes. I don't know if it was the fact that, he was basically throwing the X-Men a beating after they'd just gotten their new costumes. I don't know what it was, but I remember, that was one of those books I kept like face down for a long time.
Right.
Anybody out there watching the show know whatever happened to the Subhuman?
Wait.
Let us know.
Dave said the cheesesteak subhuman.
You know what?
First of all, never call a cheesesteak a sub, Dave.
No,
never do that.
Maybe he means cheesesteak / sub, because some people call a hoagie a sub.
That's what I'm saying. Don't ever call it a sub.
Oh, no. Well, there's that too.
We're going to get into that argument.
No, we're not.
So,
I'll tell you,
we are.
Let's grab something kind of cool.
All right. What do you got there?
And something that probably should have just been sent to me. I shouldn't even have to ask anymore. But this is a Dynamic Forces starter set with Kato Origins #1.
Oops.
Signed by Franco Francavilla. And
Oops. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. I thought we had no Green Hornet, but I lied.
yeah, I know. That's okay. What?
Come on, you can do it,
We
John.
have in this kit.
All right,
is-
so you want me to read it off?
Sure, you know what? I'm going to hold them up and you read them off.
All right, so
Francesco.
what? Who? What? What'd you say, Amy? I can't hear you.
Ugh.
What did she say?
I
Are you
don't,
bringing me pizza?
I don't speak yelled at.
How much is the pack?
Francesco Francavilla.
You just put it up there, $19.92, with a retail value of $50. So we've got Kato Origins #1 signed by who?
Francesco.
You mean the guy I spoke to at Comic-Con along with...
The guy you just called Franco Francavilla.
Oh, did I? Did someone have that written on this piece of paper?
They
'Cause
did.
If they
Yes.
did. If someone had that written on a piece of paper,
So
I don't like their...
Is this like, what was that movie, no, what was the movie?
No, it's Anchorman. I read whatever's on the card.
Anchorman, exactly.
I read whatever's on the card.
Ignore the voice behind the curtain.
Hey, I only just got here.
Thankfully,
I'm not
I-
even supposed to be here today.
I know.
Everybody knows who the pizza's for.
Thankfully, I have a book signed by...
By Ron Jeremy?
No, by
Wait,
I don't know if you can say that. It's
what
not-
was the guy's name?
Ron Burgundy.
That wasn't
Ron
it.
Burgundy.
Yeah, that wasn't
Ron
it.
Jeremy, we're going to take out in post because this is a family show.
We gotta call it
There's a
vegan. You
reason
can't
why-
say that.
There's a reason why Nick wasn't supposed to be here today, so he's leaving.
Unknown says hi.
Who says hi?
Hey,
Unknown says hi.
And
So Kato
Axis.
Origins, signed by who? Amy, that's your cue. When I say who,
I'm busy. I can't.
she's
For
busy.
detail.
Francesco Francavilla. Okay, and then you have Axis #1 Dynamic Force exclusive rare limited variant cover.
this is a great cover, man.
And
I
then,
love this because the Superior Iron Man is on here.
And then Batman Joker Warzone #1, an out of print issue. So you get all three guaranteed. Well, guaranteed because we only have the one. So $50 retail value, and tonight all three for $19.92.
This is a nice pickup, especially the
You got that right, Dave.
signed book. What did Dave say?
You can read it.
I can't read that. I can barely see a laptop.
Come on.
Okay.
So the starter set is $19.92 tonight, and a slice of pizza.
Yeah, right? Sold. No. I would love to see more of the Superior Iron Man. I know that's a character that wasn't particularly well received.
I don't think we have Wilfredo here tonight. Thank God, because he hates Iron Man.
Does he
He
really?
really does. He really does. I think
Oh, you
Amy,
got a
you were.
claim.
What's that?
You got a claim.
Unknown's claiming it. All right. I think it was Amy on the show, and we brought up Iron Man, and Wilfredo typed into the chat board. He threw up a little bit in his mouth.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know what it is. We'll have to ask him next time.
I am not the biggest Iron Man fan, but I particularly like Superior Iron Man because I'm one of those characters that think Iron Man works better as a villain. Obviously, during Civil War, you kind of know what side I fall on
That's
there.
interesting.
But I think Iron Man works much better as a villain, particularly in a world where everybody has powers and all he's got is stuff and money.
You got it, Unknown. We got you down for the starter set.
The next book we are going to do, and to the surprise of no one, my eyes are on this. Amy Chu, and the cover is by. I have one of these for Jungle Girl in the Emerald series. This is the Martian Red cover for Dija Thoris. We've talked before about how amazing these single color covers are.
Whether they're black and white,
Whether it's black, red,
blood red, marsh
green,
red,
um,
emerald green, whichever.
this one is every bit the cover that Jungle Girls cover was in the Emerald. This is just
And remember, these are ultra limited. Only 300 copies were printed, I think. So suggested retail of 300. We have 3 tonight at $50.
these are sort of. Did we just see Amy go running by for pizza?
Maybe. So only you and I are locked out.
At 50, I know, right? We're the ones that are busy. At $50, this is a nice score. J. Scott Campbell just kind of gets it with these covers. You know what I mean? It's literally like he's kind of taking a micro thin red marker and doing his thing, or green marker. These things disappear. I remember I saw the Jungle Girl Emerald Green cover a couple of years ago. The dealer wanted way too much for it, and I wished him luck and moved on. And you know, thankfully, I just went to the back and got a copy once I started coming here.
There's a picture of you. Don't let him in.
I know, right?
It's a circle with a cross right through it.
Let me see. Oh, okay, we're good. I just
we
double checking on time here. Let us move to. We've been doing some Bronze Age X-Men. Let's do something a little more current. This is Astonishing X-Men 48, signed by Mike Perkins. I think Marjorie Liu was writing this book.
I think so. All right, so Astonishing X-Men number 48, signed by artist Mike Perkins. Suggested retail is $69.99 tonight. We got the one, and we're going to do it for $50. $50 for 5-star.
When we do these sort of 5-star or top 10, that's really a little bit, and I'm sure the people who watch the show by now get it. That's sort of the tip off that this is like. This is the discount price you're going to get this thing. You're going to see these books, and they are not going to be $50, $10. Right. This is sort of the Nick's big gift, the NSRP price, where Nick is trying to kind of give back a little bit. You know what I mean? Get some of these Dynamic Forces collectibles, get some of these signed books out into people's hands. I mean, as much as Nick likes his, Dragon's Lair treasure hoard of stuff, he occasionally will let certain things go. One thing I can't believe that's here, because if
Remark alert.
It's a Remark alert, but if you know Nick loves him the Flash.
Oh, I know.
I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say the Flash is his favorite DC character. This is Flash 750, a red blank variant. Was remarked in black and gold ink by Ken Hazer. Now he's decided white blank isn't good enough, and one metallic ink color isn't good enough. He needs to go with 2.
It's just amazing. I can never get over.
It's slightly difficult on the camera to see, but I got to tell you, this thing is amazing.
So
I'm shocked. Nick must have all the.
Kyle's already beat me to it. Suggested retail of $89.99, but tonight we have the one for $75
because it's Flash 750.
And as we say, each of these sketch covers, I mean, they're really unique, one of a kind pieces of art. And that's the thing. Each one is different in some way, because each one is hand drawn, and again, as you say, it's the Ken Hazer appreciation show. It
is to a certain extent. Ken is just, you have someone. I mean, sure, it would be easy to sit here, for example, and offer every single Alex Ross cover in the house and everything is blown out or whatever. But unfortunately, what we like to do is we like to let people see different art styles. Yes. We like to let people see different genres. We've done superheroes. We've done stuff with horror comics, crossovers. We're trying to get to everything. If there's something we're missing, other than polish and talent, if there's something we're missing up here, let us know. We can't do anything about the lack of talent, but we can get certain books.
Speak for yourself, man.
Oof. Walking Dead 150. Elite Gold Signature Series. This is signed by Stefano Gaudiano. The Walking Dead sells itself. I'm not going to say too much here.
Yeah,
it's a Walking Dead signed book.
So, Walking Dead number 150, Gold Signature Series edition, signed by Stefano Gaudiano. Suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have the one for $50.
Yeah, this is one of these 5-star, $50 books. The Walking Dead, I mean, you get your...
So The Unknown is claiming the Flash, so that one is gone.
Oh, I got to tell you, that book is absolutely amazing. The Unknown, I'm going to throw this up here just one more time. So The Unknown, obviously this will be on its way to you, but you can get one more kind of really good look at this. Ken Hazer is just... that level of talent's insane.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So we need...
She's busy.
We need sold. I know we don't even.
I guess I could just like bring up a pad of.
No, I think we just need sold stickers. The Post-its aren't working anymore. We just need sold
That's a good
stickers.
plan. Look at you thinking outside of the box.
Thinking outside the pizza box.
I'm sorry, you guys need a sticker?
Yes, please.
Let's do another slab book.
All right.
I enjoy having the slab books because we don't have a whole lot to
man.
explain to people here. This is Symbiote Spider-Man #1, Peter David, Greg Land. This is slabbed in CGC graded 9/8.
And it is a guaranteed 9/8 because we have one.
Yeah, we have one of these.
So the suggested. Wait, let me see.
Is something going on?
Will you take 554? Unknown. Let me see. What do we got? That's a good question. Unknown. It might be above my pay grade.
What's the question?
He wants to know if we can do 50 for it.
For what?
For the Flash.
How much is it?
75.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, we don't. That's the kind of thing where you have to kind of message, maybe reach out to Nick or message ahead of time.
Shoot us an email.
Yeah, we don't
All
really,
right.
we've already priced these things about.
We try not to do that to start a trend, because it's not really that kind of a claim show.
Not only that, but
I know such a, he's such a loyal viewer.
Oh yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable doing it because they're not my books. If they were my books, I'd be like, yeah, sure, man.
Is it unknown? Yes, unknown. It is unknown.
It is unknown. Like I said, I don't, that's kind of above our pay grade here.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick doesn't trust us with a restroom key, let alone the ability to
he's
lower
here,
prices,
so that really handcuffs us. So, where we leave off? Symbiote Spider-Man #1, CGC graded 9.8. We have the one for 75. So, wait, unknown. Which one are you talking about? You talking about the Flash? Or you talking about the Symbiote?
No, I think he's talking about the Flash book.
I don't know. Sometimes these chat things are like not in line. I don't know when we started talking and when we didn't start talking, but it's cool. You'll take it. Are you talking about the Symbiote Spider-Man? Unknown. Remember, we're not too bright. Got to work with us.
Please be specific with a title and number.
I'm gonna jot it down here, just in case. Yes, the Flash. I'll take the Flash. Okay,
Flash.
got it.
That's just a boy. I mean, that's.
All right. So, was your question about the Symbiote Spider-Man? Yeah, email me later. So, what do you think? We got, what time is it? It is.
We still have time. We're still good.
We can do.
We're still good.
Yeah, we can definitely.
We've
hit up
done.
another one. What do you want to do?
Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's anything we haven't. Let's do another Bronze Age book.
Let's do it. Go for it.
Now, this person has died more times than I can remember, but this is X-Men Volume 1, Issue 90. Professor X is dead.
So, all right. So, X-Men number 90, presumed grade of 7.0. We have the one tonight at $50.
These are beautiful copies. Nice clean spines, nice bright color. Chances are you're probably not going to find books with presumed grades like that.
And again, we are very conservative, or we try to be.
Yeah, I mean, when we have a presumed grade, that's an in-house guesstimation. It could very much come back higher. We just don't. We'd rather be conservative.
Right.
And when you get a book back higher than we guesstimated, that works out way better than the other way.
Promise less and deliver more.
Yeah, promise less and deliver more.
But we also have to caveat by saying it could come back lower. These are our best guesses based on our years of experience. We are not CGC or CBCS.
It sounds like Kyle bringing the room down again. Cut his mic.
This is Kyle doing the thing he's legally required to do.
So, what do you want to hit next?
I'm trying to think. What have we done here? Is there anything we haven't?
You mean
Chris,
like graded?
Is there a Doc
I
Savage
think
we
did
haven't
everything.
done?
We've done Remarks. We've done
this, and I've sort of been holding off on this a little bit.
Which one?
Because it's Doc Savage.
Oh, okay.
It's high-end Alex Ross, vegan art, ultra limited. However many of these you have, we have one less.
We have 2. And suggested retail is $75, and this is going to be one of our perfect 10 reads at $10. I love that Alex Ross cover.
Alex Ross doing...
And as you can see, it's vegan art. Just everything he does is so lifelike.
Yeah. This is Chris Roberson, Bill Quisively. I remember when this was in print, I was kind of interacting with the creators a lot on social media, and I got to tell you, everybody had a blast doing this book. I spoke to Chris at Comic-Con, and he was like, come on, man, it's Doc Savage. Who doesn't have fun doing Doc Savage?
Remember the movie that came out years ago?
Ron Eli playing Doc Savage? Yeah, I own that on Amazon Video.
I'm like, why does Tarzan look like that?
Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. These are very, very, very limited. They don't do a ton of these. It's 50 copies.
So 50 copies ever printed, and it is our second $10 perfect 10 read at $10 tonight with suggested retail at $75. So that's the other thing we try to do is we try to make sure we have those $10 ultra limited books to give people a chance to kind of get started.
We're trying to hit every price point. I mean, when we come back from our break, we will kind of go through a few of the things that we've done that are different price points. However, when we let something go as a 5-star read, $50, or a top 10 read, that sort of thing.
Right.
That's sort of the cue, the tip-off that this is what you want to move on, because it probably won't be back at this price. The odds of you finding it somewhere else at this price are pretty low.
And and it may be a title you haven't read before. So
yeah.
And obviously John loves these titles. So
I have been reading Dynamite Comics since 2004, and I've essentially read everything that they've done in that period, even if it was books that, Mighty Mouse was a little stretch for me, but I wanted to support the brand. I wanted Nick to be able to drive a nice car.
Not quite in your lane.
No, it wasn't. There's been a few books Dynamite's done that I've really I ordered digitally just to support the publisher. And I know a lot of people are like, really? I'm like, of course. What am I going to do? Give my money to a better cause?
But obviously, as you started reading,
Nick likes the finer things in life, and that means I have to buy the books. That's how this arrangement
but
works.
you started reading and became a genuine fan that you're knocking on the glass, to get in.
You know what? Someone asked me that in a chat room, and a few years ago, somebody said to me, they said I was a Dynamite super fan, and I thought that was very nice of them. I never said that about myself, but in terms of non-professionals, I probably have the most or close to the most familiarity with this line of comics, because people read all different things, and I've essentially read Dynamite. I mean, I read things here and there, but
I think we have to go to a break. Kyle,
going to a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
There we go.
Okay.
So we'll be right back in just a minute here on The Experience.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
More people.
Hey guys, we're back.
We do need more people because we need more people to let us know what they want to see. You know what I mean? I love if you want to email Rex, if you want to find me on social media, that's great. But absolutely drop it in the comments if there's something. Perfect example. I commented that we don't have enough Green Hornet. Rex found some Green Hornet. I mentioned we didn't have enough Green Lantern. We pulled a Green Lantern book. We'll go over a few of the things that maybe people want to see again. Maybe they missed.
Yeah, don't make it just John requests. I mean, I mean, somebody else put it in a chat board, something. So, do we want to do the recap or?
No, we got a few more books to let people know.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is Batman 44, first printing, CGC graded 9/8.
So this one is guaranteed a 9.8. We have the one, and suggested retail is $89.99, but we have this one tonight for $50 for 5-star.
It's a 5-star. I mean, this is a very good example of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about 5-star books, right? It's Batman. That means it's already got an inflated market price because it's Batman. We've got a variety of issues getting to shows, getting to stores, getting to cons.
Right now, I mean, and we talk about this, and Kyle may have some input on it as well, is the fact that CGC is completely backed up. And I know that from our perspective, that's what they're telling us directly, is that they're absolutely.
Well, there was something on Facebook about it actually, that they were still. I think I saw it like reblogged or something, but it was essentially they were saying they were still having the problem. They weren't saying anything more, but they were saying, months ago we mentioned we were backed up, and we're still backed up. And they're asking people to be patient, and they want to do their usual good job, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which is fine. Which we're all working under weird conditions and situations, but there are people who are waiting for their books.
And people are short-staffed.
And people are short-staffed in almost everything. I mean, think about how short a staff that Dynamic Forces is. That they've got me doing this. That I don't.
We're not that short-staffed.
After this, it's like a puppet and a dog just pointing to buy a book.
And I've been trying to float that Dynamite idea.
The Dynamite idea?
Yeah, I'm pushing for it. So, and we took a small break on Monday to talk about that. Because I know your family is a supporter of rescues.
Yes.
My family has become a supporter of rescues.
Nick is a supporter.
Yes, Nick, his significant other has been doing this for years in terms of supporting animals, rescue animals. Wherever you happen to be in the country, if you're looking for a pet, don't shop, adopt.
Yeah, shelters are great. Shelters are a great place to get loving pets. I've had 3 in the 25 years I've been with my wife, and it's been nothing but us spoiling bratty dogs. No, it's been nothing but it's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun. You're
talking about yourself or the pets?
Both. I got to tell you right now, if there's one thing that makes reading a comic book better, it's having a dog sleeping on your feet while you read it. That's curl up with a cat.
In my area, so I'm going to do a plug, is a good friend of mine. She works at a no-kill shelter. It used to be, they're starting to change the names, which is a good idea. It used to be what was known as the Camden County shelter here in our area in South Jersey, but they've since renamed themselves Homeward Bound, and they are a no-kill shelter. And listen, it doesn't have to be that one, doesn't have to be Homeward Bound, but just any shelter in your particular neighborhood. They're always looking for stuff. They're always looking for donations, whether it be food, all kind of blankets, that type of thing. And they always do a great job. Every one of them. The no-kill shelters. I don't want to badmouth breeders or anything, and I'm not.
No, it's not meant to badmouth at all.
Yeah,
breeders have apps and a mechanism by which they get dogs. I mean, the entire sort of dog show community.
Yeah.
They're well respected and well represented for reasons.
Yeah.
However, if a lot of times their dogs aren't always budget friendly. My neighbor was absolutely in love with border collies. She watches the border collies on Animal Planet. She couldn't afford like the $1,700 that the breeder wanted out in PA. So she adopted a border collie mix. Yeah. And it's been 4 years of happy bliss playing on the lawn.
As I said, and consider, everybody's looking for puppies or kittens or whatever. Consider an older pet, a senior pet.
Consider the pets that Kyle's not allergic to, like snakes, turtles, fish, things like that.
There you go. I'm sorry.
Shelter.
I didn't mean to focus on dogs and cats, snakes, turtles, and whatever else Kyle just said. But
people are home more now, and I think this is a good opportunity where, obviously, in lots of the parts of the country, bars and restaurants, they're not packed. Concerts, cons, you're not doing these things, so this is a great time to sort of fill that void and bring an animal.
And you may not be a pet person, but realize that a lot of these shelters, they run a very tight budget, and they're always looking for donations.
They need support. Yeah, if you don't have it in your the wherewithal to adopt, you have an extra $10, drop it in their jar. They would really appreciate it.
Yeah, they can always
use help. Blankets.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
And what they're doing is a tremendous thing.
I'm not a person who's going to go out and adopt a cat or a dog because, I wouldn't be able to see or breathe. But I do love when I get things like bottled water, and they've got them at Costco 2 for the price of 1.
Right.
Get one and send it to the animal shelter. They always
exactly.
That's great.
That's exactly right. They can always use help, but
these are people that can always use help. It's always volunteers too.
Yeah.
Most of the shelter, the shelter my wife and I have dealt with for years, I think there's 3 full-time people and about 20 volunteers, one of which used to be my wife.
I have a friend, my daughter grew up with her daughter playing softball, and she'll constantly make the trip down south, with a bunch of other volunteers and vans and stuff, and pick animals up and bring them up north. Yeah. All of these people are volunteers, but hit it. What do you got?
This is, I think, our last Bronze Age book for tonight. This is X-Men, Volume 1, 91, Magneto, back again, the quintessential X-Men villain. I always tend to feel that he's misunderstood, and he's actually the hero of this story.
It has a value of 120, but we have the one tonight at 90 with a presumed grade of 7.5. So again, another very, very nice copy.
It's a real nice copy of this book.
Very clean. So we have the one available tonight. And, to everyone that may not be catching us live, if you're catching the show afterwards, again, we'll honor the prices as long as it's available.
Yeah, as long as it's available.
If somebody buys it now, then,
it sounds harsh to say, but it really is like a first come, first serve when it comes to books that we have 1 or we have 3. You know what I mean? It's essentially very much as supplies last. Supplies last.
Exactly. And if you're buying it after the fact, you're watching the recorded version of the show, just submit the submission form, and we'll let you know as soon as possible if it's still available. So what else we got, buddy?
I've seen a few things for. We started this show with Ken Hazer. We're going to wind up finishing this show with Ken Hazer because I'm also going to pop back to the Green Lantern book. This is King in Black, number 1, Ken Hazer, silver and gold ink, metallic ink.
So suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight for the one for $50. $50
5-star.
Again, I mean, you know, that's completely other than the eyes in silver paint pen.
Yeah.
Which is look. I mean, I don't know how
this is a black blank, which in and of themselves are fairly rare.
I think we had a Venom one on Monday night.
Yeah,
right?
Ken decides to go to town with, you know, the metallic ink, and this is what you wind up with. Signed, of course, Donny Cates, interior art by Ryan Stegman. I mean, King in Black has been pretty much Marvel's, you know, I think to a certain extent, someone asked me this on Twitter. I think Marvel is trying to match DC at their own game of these sort of massive crossovers. And,
right.
you know, I don't, you know, everybody kind of has their opinion of what's best. But King in Black has been universally received very well. The collectibles, the signed books, these things almost immediately become Chase books.
Right.
Donny Cates right now, you know, if he's at the craps table, he's just making it. I don't know if when you're kind of getting the black blank variant, I don't know if I've seen anyone do better with colored blanks than Ken Hazer.
Yeah.
And I'm not disrespecting any other creator whatsoever, but when you get to that sort of, you know, you're already dealing with, you know, the Flash, which is, who bought this? The Unknown bought the Flash a little while ago?
Bought the Flash, yeah.
I mean, that's red. This is not easy to do.
No, it's not.
I mean, look at how amazing this is. This book is sold, but I'm just kind of trying to show people, you know, that's an amazing amount of work and detail that was done here.
Obviously, we're big Ken Hazer fans.
We are big Ken Hazer fans. We're also big Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Biano fans.
Mariano, just a tremendous guy, but beyond that, obviously a tremendous creator as well.
Yeah.
So this is Deadpool number 1, signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Biano. And we have this one tonight, the one, for $50. So that is still available.
I'll tell you right now, if you're looking to pick up original art, $50 is not the buy-in for that. It is significantly above $50. This is a great way if you're a collector and you want the signature, the art, something, you know, something different. Most of these remarks are done on blanks. You know, these are sweet. These are absolutely sweet.
Well, keep in mind as well that you know, when you're talking about the remarks, there is an entire group of collectors that collect nothing. I think Ron, you know, in the discussions that we've had, you know, on the show with Ron, you know, he is an avid, you know, remark collector.
Well, it's a great way. It's an absolute great way to get the signature, get the original art, get something collectible, and not go broke. I mean, we tend to offer these things cyclically at reasonable prices.
Right, and you know, original art. I mean, that's been around since probably, you know, for what, you know.
I had someone say to me they went into an original art group on Facebook, and everybody's throwing around prices between $2,000 and $3,000.
Right.
He left the group not out of disrespect, but he literally just doesn't have the budget. And I suggested to him that's what remarks are for.
But you know, the funny thing about the sketch cover remarks is it's even more unique in a strange sort of way, because when you take a piece of original art, now that particular piece of original art is one of a kind.
Yeah.
But it's also being reproduced into the comic itself.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, with the sketch cover remarks, I mean, you're really one of a kind. It's not being reproduced anywhere. You've got something that is unique.
You've got one of one.
Exactly.
And I don't know, when you factor all those things together, I don't know if you're, you know.
So all right, so let's go to the Justice League number 1, the edition by Steve Orlando.
I absolutely love this book.
I know you do.
I do. I'm a big Green Lantern fan. Ken Hazer does a great job with Green Lantern.
Somebody doesn't take it. I'm pretty sure John's taking it.
Yeah, somebody should really take this. Don't leave these books in my hands.
Don't let John buy it.
That's just injustice in some way.
Justice League of America #1, blank variant, ultra limited edition, signed by Steve Orlando and remarked with Green Lantern sketch by Ken Hazer. We have this tonight at $50, and we have only the one available. And probably, if nobody picks it up, it's going on with John.
I'll wait a little bit, because if people on the West Coast or people want to see this tomorrow, I don't want them to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this guy scrabbing everything the minute we leave. But at some point, if someone doesn't take this,
I'll get an email.
You'll get an email. Hey, can you
still have that Green Lantern?
You still have the Green Lantern book?
The Flash #750, that one's gone.
That one's gone.
King in Black, we just did that, right?
We just did King in Black.
So we still have the Batman #44, the CGC graded 9.8.
We've got that 9.8.
That is still available for tonight. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight for $50.
That's just 9.8. That's we've talked about this before jokingly. 9.8, like molecules, haven't touched this thing.
Molecules. Let's see. Spider-Gwen #19. First printing. Resurrection variant by Clayton Crane. CGC graded 9.8. Kyle, I think it was Clayton Crane, right, where he said he does a thumbprint when he signs.
Yes, Kyle told a very cool story about that about how he does a thumbprint and then finds a way to integrate it into the sketch.
Right. Yep.
Which I think is
that is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that in and of itself is worth finding a creator and saying,
kidding.
hey.
So that suggested retail of $88, and tonight we have the one for $50. And then let's see.
I'm going to pop this up again because this is our
the kit.
This is the kit. This is Dynamic Forces. This is for the high-end buyer. I'll tell you this right now. This isn't, if you've got to run in here and you're like, oh, I have to see if I have $50. This isn't for you. For those people that have patiently waited for the higher-end stuff, this is the Dynamic Forces. It's like a platinum card pack. This is a signed John Romita, Ken Hazer sketch.
So, Amazing Spider-Man #1, signed by John Romita Sr. and remarked by our favorite artist, Ken Hazer.
This is Spider-Man 850, CG slabbed and CGC graded 9.6
guaranteed.
And these Peach Momoko variants are maybe like the sort of down low undercover chase book.
Her work has a very anime kind of look.
Yes, her work right now is what people are zeroing in on. These three are available in a kit for
$600 with a suggested retail of $850. So obviously we only have the one.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting about 30% off there. For books of that unique nature, that's pretty good.
So
we're also going to go to a kit that is a little bit more. This is the Dynamic Forces starter kit. I don't know if you would say
no, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, Unknown bought it.
Oh, nice job, Unknown.
We only had the one.
We'll get another starter kit next week, probably.
Yep, we will.
Rex talks to Nick. They kind of put these things together.
So where did we leave off? Oh, the Batman #44.
We did that.
Oh, we did that. We did the Spider-Gwen. Symbiote Spider-Man. That one's still available.
This one is still available.
CGC graded 9.8 guaranteed. We have the one for $75 tonight. Suggested retail of $89.99. So we have that. Let's see what else we got here. The Detective Sketch 1000 sketch is gone.
Yep.
Astonishing X-Men #48. So signed by artist Mike Perkins. And we have one available. Suggested retail of $69.99, and we have it tonight at $50. So that is still available.
You might want to turn on the light behind you for the last couple of minutes because it's pretty dark.
It's dark outside, isn't it?
It's pretty dark outside now. There we go.
Glare.
But people can see stuff
better.
now.
So let's see. Where did I leave off? See, told you we weren't that bright. Avengers Academy, nope, that's gone. Unknown took that one. Sensational Spider-Man number 41, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer.
This is one that, and Kyle pointed this out, this is a remarked cover. This isn't a remarked blank.
So the cover does not have the
Kyle pointed out how kind of unique this is.
That
was absolutely right.
By Kyle, yeah. So that is a regular cover signed and remarked by Ken Hazer.
The quintessential Peter Parker, dilemma.
Yep.
Mary Jane
or Gwen Stacy. So suggested retail of $89.99 tonight. We have it for $41, and we have just the one. So let's see. Next would be Walking Dead number 150. This has the Elite Gold Signature Series signed by Stefano Guadiano. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have this one tonight for $50, and we only have the one. And as you had said earlier, Walking Dead sort of speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't, sometimes I kind of want to like tip people off, like, hey, this is hot, or hey, I see a lot of movement on this. There's always movement on The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Dead.
Right.
I mean, the only movement is it's high, and then it gets higher when the show is in production and airing, and then it kind of comes down a slight little bit. You know what I mean? But it's never. This is a great platform to get something from The Walking Dead, because I'll tell you right now, when you're at shows, at cons, there's not a lot of movement on those prices for those dealers.
So, all right. So Hawkeye versus Deadpool has been claimed. Man of Steel number 1, signed by Brian Michael Bendis.
We've talked about this before. Brian Michael Bendis, if after Marvel he had retired, he would have sort of, like locked himself in for like Comic Hall of Fame creation. Instead, he decides to bounce on over to DC, and now he's doing his thing over there, trying to infuse that energy, that different take on it.
So suggested retail of $49.99 tonight. We have it for $29.99, and we have the one available.
By his own admission, he's wanted to work on Superman, most of his life, most of his professional life. The first print of that kind of disappeared fairly quickly. Everybody bought them, and then they were done.
So next is Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis number 1, signed by James Tynion IV.
And here we sort of have the whole Trinity taken down. Brother Eye, OMAC. It's just sort of like an endless dark well of bad things.
So suggested retail of $49.99 tonight. We have the one for $29.99. Then next, Teen Titans number 20, signed by Jeff Johns. Suggested retail of $50, and we have the one tonight for $39.99.
Yeah, this is like one of these vault finds where this will go back in the vault if nobody buys it, and it won't come back out at $39.99. If you'd like a Jeff Johns signature, if you need this issue, this is your.
So then we get to the Bronze Age books. X-Men number.
I'm probably not pulling all those out again.
X-Men number 86 with a presumed grade of 7.5. Value 75, and we have this one tonight at 70. And a presumed grade of 7.5. Did I say that already? I did. X-Men number 87 was claimed.
Yes.
And then we have X-Men number 89 with a presumed grade of 8.0. So this is probably the nicest condition of the night.
This is probably, if you're looking for simply the nicest condition, that would be this book.
And
get freaked out by the Subhuman.
You were anyway. Our cheesesteak Subhuman.
Man, that's just
suggested value of $80 with, and tonight we have the one for $75.
Well, one of the things,
presumed grade of 8.0.
One of the things that's debated a lot on Twitter, in particular on comics Twitter, is the nature of Cyclops optic blasts. They have said repeatedly that these are blasts of force. However, there are many times that artists have taken the liberty. Now, if you look at that's Cyclops eye beam burning through a girder. That's heat vision. That's not an optic blast. These are the kind of books that fuel that debate. You can make the argument.
And we can all just remember that Cyclops is the worst.
Wait, say that again?
What?
Cyclops is the worst.
Cyclops is the worst.
He is the worst. I'll tell you right now. I mean, I didn't need her affirmation, but it's nice to have. If you follow Gail Simone on Twitter or social media, she lets you know Cyclops is awful. Although recently she sort of had a little bit of a change of heart. Maybe she was tired of seeing all the little Cyclops fans with their broken hearts. But for several years, Gail has laid out the case for Cyclops is a terrible character and a terrible human being.
Wow.
I have a list written somewhere for a show that will eventually be made for the experience. 10 reality TV show couples who are less toxic than Scott and Jean.
Let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh, X-Men number 90. Still available.
Is this the first time Professor X is dead? I don't think so. I think he was dead one other time in the Silver Age.
So that one has a presumed grade of 7.0. We have the one at $50 tonight. Ooh, we got to hurry.
No, I think this is it, right? We're just about done.
Well, we have X-Men number 91.
Yeah, let's show X-Men 91, and then we are clean out of time, y'all.
Yeah, I think we're almost out of time.
Magneto,
value of 120.
Again.
We have the one at $90 tonight, a presumed grade of 7.5. And then we still have the Doc Savage available, high-end Alex Ross, vegan art. That's our $10 perfect 10 read at $10. Deja Thoris, number 1, J. Scott Campbell, limited edition Martian Red cover. Tonight we have 3 at $50. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're done. I think
we are out of time.
We are out of time.
Right,
thank you, Kyle. Thank
here.
you, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
See you, everybody.